Yeah, right. Yeah. James Williams, characters know.
And Christian Serratos, my favorite is the cast is, I mean, we talk about it all the time, we're all best friends, we're all family. And so, and you don't, that doesn't happen often on shows and on projects, it doesn't. And so to get there and to have people be as open and welcoming as they were. I mean, my first day on set, Andrew Lincoln came to set on a day he didn't work, drove there, and just hung out and introduced himself. So it was definitely a cool way of knowing that this was going to be my home for the foreseeable future.
It's a big cast of people who, throw down consistently, but I think what was great about it is they have good faith in their casting, and that whoever comes in is, ready to kind of do it along with them. So that's what made it, a little bit easier. It's just, once you step in, put on the camera, you see where the bar is set, you can either step up to it or not. And, I think those who really do well with this show and do well on and step up to the bar.
No, the show is incredibly well done. I mean, it's why it is what it is. And so when I found out I was going to be working on the show, I marathoned the entire show up until the point where I went to work and fell in love with it. And I think just because it's relatable, it's great acting, it's great special effects, it's hard work, and you can see it. It's prominent, which is I think why people love it.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. It's if you're going to be on a show in this time, there's only a few shows that people are dying to be on. This is one of them.
It's always great coming into scenes and meeting fans, getting to travel the world and see what people's perspective is of the show and your character and how, when you're so close to the project, you can't really understand what other people are seeing. So it's great to see what people's perception is of what you're doing, and hopefully it's great. And so far, people have said that they're happy, and that's ultimately our goal, is just to make the fans of the comic book and the show happy. So, we're doing our job, we're doing it well.
The show translates for people, and it's not, something that's Atlanta specific or Georgia specific or, in the States. It's something that, everyone can kind of relate to because we don't keep it, Americanized in that way.
Yeah, I've not read the comic books. I collect them, and I have compendiums, and I flip through them now and then, but I find that most people will tell me. When you go meet the fans, they will educate you, and I kind of rely on them for that, because with scripts and everything, it's kind of hard to get.
The best way to kind of figure out where the story's kind of going, vaguely and generally, is that I've always thought that horror can be very sticky and more about the horror aspect of it than the story development. And that's what kind of attracted me to this, was that this was a very story-oriented show, regardless of what genre it is. I think it doesn't necessarily get as recognized as it could be because of its genre, but people don't necessarily realize that this is it's a horror show that really has little to do about that. It's more about the relationships that are built. So that's what I think not necessarily on the top of my list. Doing a horror project wasn't there, but this one was to tell this story.
Because it doesn't necessarily feel like it's horror.
No, not necessarily. I think any actor wants to be able to show diversity. And that's essentially all I've kind of been doing at this point. It's I'm just looking for good scripts, whether they be good comedy scripts or good dramatic scripts or good romantic comedies or whatever they do. It's just good scripts and good actors at this point is what I want to be a part of.
Is that what drew you to Dare White People?
When I read it, I closed it and immediately said I'm doing this, whatever it takes, I'm going to do it, because it was a good script. And I think that's actors who have long careers and long successful careers pick good scripts, and that's they follow good writers and do shows with good scripts in them, and that's essentially what I'm looking to do. They told me 3 episodes out.
Right, okay.
Just so I can kind of get my stuff together. And, the fact that we end up all moving to Georgia. They do give us, a little bit of a heads up in that respect, kind of get ready, get out. But also just to, I guess, prepare emotionally and mentally. And, you know, for the storyline that's coming out, they don't just, you know, kill anyone at a whim. No, they usually give you something to do beforehand. So, yeah, just to kind of get ready for all of that. And the 3 episodes out, yeah, they kind of told me that it's gonna be intense because we had to do the live cast and all that. And as we got closer and closer to it, Greg Nicotero made it clear. It was like, we'll rip you apart. But yeah, that's really it. And then when the script drops, you know, it's more clear and it's, you know, it's more understood. But it's just, it trickles in after the initial call. All episodes, I think, with this show is difficult.
They're all very emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Physically grueling, but
that one, you know, it was a little, you know, more of the same in that way. The stakes were just a little bit higher than they had been in, like, you know, the last episode of last year. But it wasn't unfamiliar territory. You know, we're used to it. We're ready to kind of drive it home and, you know, give everything we had one last time.
Do you think your character had a good time?
Yeah, I think so. You know, my thing was always just don't make it his fault. That was it. Like I just didn't want. With it, so much didn't happen to that character over the 9 episodes I was there. So, you know, just give me a reason to go. And they did. And they, you know, applied. It was a beautiful thing.
stage, like, I feel like Norman and Melissa are kind of always in a circle together, and I feel like it would just be cool to mix up all the characters at some point and see how they all kind of interact with each other. I'm interested to see how Rosita and maybe Michonne would interact.
Yeah, I think, you know, for me, the relationships I'd love to kind of see develop in me a bit more, or opinions I'd love to see about it, like Tara and Rosita, and even Eugene in a lot of ways, of just like his opinions about things that are happening. I think, you know, the show kind of goes to Mando a bit sometimes with, you know, their elite kind of 4 or 5 that, you know, have developed these huge fan bases. But I would like to see, you know, a bit more of, especially now in this new location, everybody's opinions on everyone's, you know, kind of jobs and what they do and that, you know, it being a bit, you know, more well-rounded in that way. But, you know, it's a lot of people service. It's a lot, you know. I think at our biggest this season we had 14. We had 14 main cast members. That's a lot of people to write for, and something's bound to get cut. But yeah, I think that's really it. I think there's, you know, certain characters who we haven't seen a lot from lately. I think it's interesting to see, you know, what's going on.
Judith has a thing.
Yeah.
Any dialogue.
Yeah, I think everyone jumped on the bandwagon after they saw how good this is. And that's just what.
Just like it.
That's it. That's what Hollywood does. You know, unfortunately, the money side of it looks at what works, and it does a bunch of that. You know, rather than the creative side, it looks at, you know, what's new and what's different. And it's just the money side of it going, ooh, what works. So you're going to see a lot of it because, you know, it's the only show on TV that beats Sunday Night Football. So they're going to keep trying to make another show that does that without realizing that it's because it's different.
Awesome.
It's different, and, you know, you can't re-catch lightning in a bottle. You just can't do that.
Cool.